Money way no delay, transactions we go last. One pay the shop well, say yes to more today. No wahala, no stress. One baby way, one pay the bill, say yes to more. One pay the bill, say yes to more. We dey live better life, no more hustle, no more strife. One pay with the vibe, that's so we dey survive. Recharge data quick, bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. PalmPay with the please. PalmPay the bill, say yes to more. PalmPay the bill, say yes to more. Recharge data quick, bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. PalmPay with it please. PalmPay the bill, say yes to more. PalmPay the bill, say yes to more. PalmPay the bill, make life easy, fast. Money way no delay, transactions we go last. One pay the shop well, say yes to more today. No wahala, no stress. One baby way, one pay the bill, say yes to more. One pay the bill, say yes to more. We dey live better life, no more hustle, no more strife. One pay with the vibe, that's so we dey survive. Recharge data quick, bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. PalmPay with it please. PalmPay the bill.
All right, guys. Happy Friday and welcome to another edition of the PalmPay Friday Live. I know a whole lot of you must have been wondering, where have you guys been? Yes, we took a break from our regular weekly live and we decided to switch things up, and we are now bringing to you the PalmPay Live, which will be happening every month. Okay, so from our normal weekly stuff, it is going to be now monthly. And yeah, that's it, guys. So welcome, thank you for joining us. Currently we are live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, we are live on TikTok, and we are also live on YouTube. So tell a friend to tell a friend that PalmPay is live. CGIF once again, guys. And today, as you can see, I am not alone. I do not have Chineye here with me. I have two big men, two grand men, whatever adjective I can use to like qualify them. But yeah, there we have them. We have our very own head of wallet business here at PalmPay, Habib Kowatong. Hello.
Yeah, hello guys. I think it's great to be here. Thank you very much for having me, John.
Okay, welcome. And so we switch things up, guys. Besides always talking about the beautiful things that are on the PalmPay app, we decided to let you know how you can make money with several investment opportunities on the PalmPay app. And of course, we are partnering with people to bring all of this to your table. So with me as well is Mr. Raphael. He is the regional head business development of ARM.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me.
All right, good afternoon. Yeah, so you can see we're about to talk money. money talk.
Let's do it.
Like, it's like the most important thing right now for everyone is making money. Everybody's seeking ways to make more money so that you will not be asking for urgent 2K from someone else all the time. You just be on the right track, on the right path to ensuring that very little income or big income you have is giving you much more. So once again, please invite your friend to this section. It promises to be fun, amazing. There'll be a lot to take home, obviously, like because these grand men, like I keep saying, are here to talk about how to make money with the investment opportunities we have on the PalmPay app. All right, guys. So have you ever wondered how to make your money work for you while you're asleep? I'm sure like you've been on social media, you've been on the web, and you just see people saying a whole lot of things, dropping a whole lot of tips. And it feels like it's cumbersome. It feels like it's difficult. Ow, I have this money. Beyond the entire saving to earn interest. What can I do for my money to make big money for me while I'm just at rest? So we are going to dig deep into that today. So that is it basically, guys. And these guys are here to help us learn, to help us know how all of that is going to happen, how your money can work for you while you are asleep. So what is one product we offer? So like I said, this is our head of of wealth
Wallet business.
wallet business on the palm for PalmPay, and everything that has to do with what great saving options we have for you on the PalmPay app, what investment opportunities we have for you on the PalmPay app goes through their team. And still, I will be asking, what are those opportunities, investment opportunities available for our users on the PalmPay app?
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much, Joan. It's great to be here. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank God it's Friday once again. Um, so on the PalmPay app, we have quite a suite of investment products for our users. We have the Smart End product. We have the mutual funds product. This products return about, at the height of it, it was returning 22 point something percent. But today it does between 19-20% thereabout today on our platform. And this is, I think it's a very great product for our users to buy into, because one thing that is very important for us at the PalmPay Wealth unit is this access. So we thought about it that we have target savings, we have fixed savings, we have spend and save, we have cash box. All of these are interest giving products, but the best of them that we have is the mutual funds powered by ARM, our partner, our able partner that is here, and that's what we are really here to talk about. Yeah.
Yes, so all of that hype, and like you mentioned, so many great saving options and investment options. So I'll be asking our audience before we allow Mr. Raphael dig deep into how the entire mutual fund powered by ARM works. Um, have you ever, or are you currently um investing mutual funds on the PalmPay app? Let us know in the comment section. Remember, guys, we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and as well as TikTok. So please let us know. Have you tried? Do you find it difficult? Any question you might need to ask us today, you need to ask us in the comment section. Let us know. Okay. So if you've gotten to invest and maybe you're finding it difficult, let us know in the comment section. So while we're waiting for your responses, guys, quickly now, Cotton already mentioned all of those great plans that we have on the PalmPay wealth session of PalmPay. So now mutual funds by ARM, it's quite a lot for me. It's beyond my pay grade. So we've got the big guy, we've got the
Regional.
regional head business development of ARM to break it down for us, break it down for you guys. We need to learn all of this because we want our money to be working for us while we are asleep. We need that big box 30 December is fast approaching, and if you really want to vibe, you have to have the money. So if you need to learn, remember to invite your friend, guys. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. It is PalmPayapp_NG on Instagram, PalmPayapp.ng on Facebook. It is PalmPay_NG on Twitter and on TikTok. Remember to follow us. It is PalmPay Nigeria on YouTube. Follow us on all these platforms. So you need to learn. Invite your friends, tell your loved ones all about it. So, Mr. Raphael, mutual fund. Let's dive deep. Tell us, what is there to learn about the mutual fund? What is great about it? How does it work, basically?
Okay, so once again, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
So mutual fund is for those of us that are, small savers who are trying to enjoy what the big savers are enjoying. So it's an investment instrument. It's actually not that new in this part of the world, but it's still a bit new because most of us are still learning about it. Now, it's a pool of fund from different investors, just like what you call ajo, right? What you call susu. So it's a pool of fund from different investors, individuals, institutions with similar objectives, right? Everything goes into a basket, right? Now that pool of fund is then transferred to who is called the fund manager, which ARM happens to be one.
Okay.
Right? Now ARM now invests that pool of fund in line with the objectives of the different investors that have contributed money. Remember, I said they have a similar objective, right? So ARM now invests that pool of fund in line with that similar objective on behalf of those various investors that have contributed into that pool, right? And then the returns made from it is then returned back to those investors. So it's like a cycle.
Okay, so
right?
for instance, me and my friends, we both have 1 million each. We now carry our 1 million, maybe 8 of us. That's 8 million naira. We'll give it to ARM.
Correct.
Because they're a fund
Manager. Correct.
And they help us invest that money and make money with it and give us the interest back.
Correct.
So, I guess I explained it.
Yeah.
In case you find it difficult with that.
So today you have about hundreds of thousands of people that have invested in the different kinds of mutual funds that we offer. Today we have about 11 different kinds of mutual funds for different objectives for different individuals. So you also need to be clear on what your objective is. And then you also need to be able to then select the right one that meets that objective, so that the investment is done in line with that objective. So there can be different objectives. Your objective can be you're risk averse. You don't want to invest in a pool of fund that is exposed to risk. So for such people, the money market fund is their most, best suitable mutual fund. Now, what does the money market fund do? It preserves your capital 100%, right? It pays you daily income, which is paid out to you every quarter, which can be paid out to you every quarter or sort of compounded every quarter, normal calendar year, at the end of March, at the end of June, at the end of September, and at the end of December, right? It also gives you that leeway to be able to add to your fund anytime you want to, and then the only penalty you are likely to suffer is if you make withdrawal from your investment within the first 30 days. Otherwise, there's no penalty.
Okay, so that is the money market.
Yeah.
So 100% you get your capital.
Preserves your capital 100%.
There's a daily interest of which preserve.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Okay. Those are like the types of mutual funds, right?
The capital.
Okay. So what other
What other types?
Yes, what other types?
So you have
basically like I'm still trying to, familiarize myself with all of these. But when I'm scrolling through, so on the PalmPay app, it's very easy when you get to see the mutual funds. I'll allow Abel to take us through that when it's time. So I'm seeing conservative, moderately conservative. What are all these terms? It's a whole lot for me. So yeah.
So another thing that people need to consider when they're making decisions, recall I said that we have up to about 11 different types of mutual funds. Wow. Now, another thing that people need to consider when they're taking those decisions is that they need to also understand their risk profile, which was why I said that for the money market fund, for instance, it's people that are risk averse. You know, you don't want to take any form of risk with your money. You just want to keep your capital intact, and you want to earn a decent income on it at the same time. So you need to understand your risk profile. It's expected that someone that is young, you know, maybe around the age of 20, 25, 18, needs to have like a high risk potential, you know, because they're still young and there's still a lot, you know, ahead of such a person. So that kind of person, you can say that they're usually within the band of aggressive risk, you know. So if it's that sort of person, then you can then pitch to them a long-term aggressive mutual fund. Now we have the aggressive growth fund, as the name implies, is very aggressive. It invests in the stock market. And if, as we all know, stock market is suitable for long-term view, right? And it's because stocks are expected to, you know, their cycle it rolls with the economy, you know. So if things are good in the economy, you see decent results. If it's expected that things will go bad in the economy, you see some sort of bad results. But at the end of the day, over time, is expected to, you know, beat those tides, you know, and give you a decent results in the end. So for those category of people that have an aggressive risk profile, what is best pitched to them is the aggressive growth fund. And it's because, as the name implies, it's aggressive. The components are stocks in different sectors. So it's also diversified, which is one of the benefits of the mutual fund. It's diversified into different sectors because it's expected that if a particular sector is not doing well, other sectors are not likely to follow that pattern, you know. So it sort of evens out at the end of the day. But majorly because of that volatility is why we pitch long term if you're investing in, you know, such mutual funds. So again, the objective, the similar objective of people that are investing in that fund is for long-term capital appreciation, you know, and most importantly, they want to have exposure to the equity market. So the fund that has been contributed into that bucket is passed on to the fund manager, as we explained the mutual fund cycle earlier. And then the fund manager then invests in the capital market on behalf of all of these people, because that's their objective. That's their similar objective, you know. And then the returns made from there is what they then take out, you know, at the point that they want to exit the fund.
Yeah. I know why you were also talking about the money market funds initially, and you described it rightly as risk for people who are risk averse and whatnot. For me, I know, but I would like for you to speak to it as well, to what the underlying assets for that
for the money market fund. So essentially, it's your money market instruments, as the name implies. So your treasury bills, commercial, bankers acceptance, you know, essentially money market instruments.
So
instruments that not FG, no bonds in the money market fund. They're instruments that are issued by investment grade banks and treasury bills, which is also issued by the federal government. And these are instruments that their maturity period is within 1 year cycle.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's within 1 year cycle. So, and they're natural instruments that have been designed in such a way that it has to preserve your capital. So the likes of treasury bills, the bankers acceptance, you know, and all of those instruments, they preserve your capital 100%. And they're low risk instruments. And that's why in our own money market fund, there are different money market funds out there.
Yeah,
but in our own money market fund, because we're particular about that low risk nature for those people with that objective, what we have chosen, the instruments we have chosen are instruments that are very low in terms of their risk exposure. So the federal government instruments, anywhere in the world, federal government instruments are deemed to be the least risky instruments. So that's why the treasury bills features there, right? And then investment grade banks, I mean, these are tier one banks. These are banks that if any one of them dies today, you know, Nigeria is in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's expected that before any one of them will go down, then, I mean, the signs will be obvious to everybody.
Yeah.
So it's the instruments issued by those banks as well, fixed deposits and the likes issued by those banks as well are what we expose the money to.
Right.
So the money market fund is structured in such a way that it has a very, very low risk. So if that's what your objective is, then that's the most suitable money market fund for you. Right. That's the most suitable mutual fund for you.
Right. I mean, just to ask again about the aggressive growth funds as well, so the aggressive ones, you stopped short of mentioning commercial papers. But is that part of the underlying assets for the aggressive?
No.
growth fund?
Money market fund, no.
No, not for money
So
market
it's not
fund.
exposed to commercial papers. The
Yeah,
money market
even
fund.
the aggressive. No, the money market is not, but the aggressive.
The aggressive growth fund is strictly equities.
Strictly equities.
What commercial paper is a money market instrument, right? But it's not one of the instruments that the money market fund is exposed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deep thinking, deep thought. A lot have been said, and I hope you guys understood that. And so, basically, I believe the safety measures have been explained.
Uh-huh.
So, how does like the steady return apply to us that are how do you explain all of that for newbies? Like, how do you basically explain that steady return in a way that they will be excited about all of it?
So steady return, that's for the money market fund, right? So, I mean, you mentioned earlier that the return, the yield you saw was 21 at some point, but now it's 19. So it's a reflection of what's going on in the money market space, right? That movement is a reflection of what you see in the money market space. So if the yields are in the money market space is going up, it reflects in the fund. If the yields are going down, it reflects on the fund as well, because those are the opportunities that the fund managers look for every day in managing that fund. If the yield today is 19%, effective yield is 19%, right? That's prorated and paid into your investment account. So you see there's a line item called accrued interest in your statement. You see it there, right? Every day that line item changes every day and it's growing. You know, if tomorrow is 18%, it's prorated and it's paid into your investment account. So you see that it reflects there. You know, so you see that gradual movement in the accrued interest line item on your statement of account. If you check online or you check, via your physical statement. Now, at the end of the calendar year quarter, which is either March, June, September, December. So you'll see this maybe by the first day in the next month. All the daily income will be summed up, right? And either added to your existing capital to form a new capital, or is paid into your bank account, depending on the instruction you've given at inception. So you have some retirees that have a lump sum in there, so that and their instruction is that at the end of the quarter, just pay me that accrued interest, so that's what they live on, for the next 3 months, right? And then they wait on another one at the end of, the next quarter. So that's the steady income, that is being referred to. And that is how you make the best benefit out of, that steady income.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
Well, that helps because makes you understand that unlike your regular savings, that you're most likely working with a particular compound interest percentage, you realize that the accrued interest might most likely be the slopey to high because of
whatever is going on in the economy.
Yes. Okay.
So today yields are declining in the economy, and we don't invest in any other thing outside those instruments that you all know that is within the economy. So all you then try to do, which is one of the benefits of the fund, is that because of that lump sum that is in our possession, we're then able to negotiate for a better yield. You get what I mean? If you had gone as an individual to say, I have 5 million naira to a bank today, and I think this is a better illustration. If you have a 5 million naira and you walk into a bank today, they'll give you a certain rate, right? But if I pull funds together from every one of us in this room that amounts to maybe about 100 million naira, and I walk into the same bank, there's a huge tendency that I'll get a better rate, working out of that bank. So that's one of the benefits of the fund, because I've been able to pull funds together from hundreds of thousands of people. I have a huge amount that I can use to bargain, and get a better yield, for everybody that has contributed into the fund.
Wow.
So it's way better than you going as an individual. You make better returns if you're.
Just to also touch on something, I used to wonder that, okay, now that we have the rates coming down, of course, because the CBN is saying inflation is going down a little bit, so let's start to adjust that lending rates. As a result, that is mirrored by the money market fund, and that's going down gradually. It doesn't still be the fact that for PalmPay we have like a very large young customer base, and yes, while capital preservation is important for a lot of them, at the same time we also have people who are also yield hungry. So for a minute, I want us to talk a little bit about those who are yield hungry and who are looking at that declining rate on mutual funds and wondering like, is this did I miss the opportunity to get into this when it was higher? If I put my money into it now and the rate keeps going down, it means it's probably something possibly lower. How do you address those type of customer concern?
So I would say that, first of all, I mean, yes, yields are declining, but because of that volume that you have to play with, you're always likely to get a decent yield, because of that volume, because really that's what dictates what you also get. The second thing I also need our listeners to pay attention to is to also be able to define that goal. They need to be able to define what their goal is, so that they can, I mentioned that there are different mutual funds, so that they can then make the right choice. You have mutual funds that are suitable for the long-term goal. You have those that are suitable for the short-term goal. You have those that are suitable for the medium-term goal. And the reasons they're structured in that manner is because the different investment instruments that are available worldwide are also created in that light. So you have to use a long-term investment tool to manage your long-term goal, a short-term investment tool to manage your short-term goal, a medium-term investment tool to manage your medium-term goal. So if you're clear on what your goal is, right, then you're able to select the right mutual fund to address what that goal is. It's not really about rates if you want to make your money work for you effectively. And I think we need to disabuse our mind and take our minds off that. It's not really about rates, because just like you rightly mentioned, if rates go down today, what's next? So think about somebody in January so if you look at the way bonds work, right? Bond is a 5-year, 10-year, 30-year instrument. If you lock in a certain amount of money in a bond today, let's even say federal government bond, right? That is also the least riskiest bond. You get a certain amount every 6 months. So let's assume that I lock in January at maybe 18%, right? That 18%, I lock in for maybe a 5-year or 6-year bond. That 18% is what I'm going to get for the next
6 years.
6 years. Or, okay, for the sake of this conversation, let's even say I lock it in at 23% in January. That's what I'm going to get for the next 6-7 years, right? And that's because I have a medium-term goal, right? Imagine I had said that because money market fund was giving me maybe about 23% in January, right? And that's where I wanted to put it, regardless of whether I have a short-term goal or I was risk averse. Now it's dropped to that 19. And it's still the same medium-term goal that I had in mind. But because I was carried away with rates, I have lost that opportunity of locking it down in a bond, which would make my money work better for me. Do you get what I mean?
I do.
Yes.
So
I
you
get what
need
you
to
mean.
be clear on what the goal is, so that you're able to make the right decision in selecting, whichever one that is applicable and will ensure that your money works effectively for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
That was well explained. So before we go over to Quarton to let us know how we can set up our mutual funds on the PalmPay app and talk about all of these benefits of investing that PalmPay is offering via PalmPay Wealth. Some people are asking really certain questions on different space. So someone on Instagram asked it said like what's the minimum one can invest in the mutual fund? Like, what is the minimum?
Money market fund is 1,000 naira. Aggressive growth fund is 50,000. Discovery fund is 10,000. I think the rest are 10,000, except for fixed income fund that is 5,000. And there are dollar funds as well. I think there are $3 funds as well that we have in the mix. So if you're also looking to hedge against the naira, which might not be necessary anymore at this point because naira is getting value, or you have a dollar obligation, then those are mutual funds that you can also consider if you have dollar obligations.
Okay, I believe that question is answered already. and the next person obviously wants to know the step, and that's where what I'm calling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to tell you about the steps to do it. I think while you were responding as well to the question that I had asked about, people who might be a little bit, they're looking for, oh, this rate is going down and what's not and what's not. You had done a great job with explaining, like, you need to know what your goal is so that you can make the right decisions for that. And when we were designing the products, one of the things that we had in mind as well was looking at people who initially when you do this investment, you could look at the yield and say, oh, maybe it's not so great. But someone has said before that compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world.
Fantastic
So
philosophy.
if you then find a way to add a little to that pot every day or every month, if you automate it, right, then you can compound, and then when your interest is also paid out, and you also do that, at the end of the year, cumulatively, what you would see will be higher than even the yield rate that is defined
Correct.
on there.
Correct.
And that's why I'm more than happy to explain the process for you to be a part of to get in investing with the money market on PalmPay. So you just need to open your app. You need to, at the center, at the bottom of the screen, you see a button called Wealth or titled Wealth. Click on that button, and then you will see a list of instruments that we offer there. So you will see Cashbox, Smart Earn, Money Markets, Fixed Saving, Target Savings. You want to click on the money market, and when you get involved, when you click on that, you are able to you are faced with two options immediately. So there's the auto invest button, and then there's the invest button. So the auto invest button speaks to what I was speaking to earlier on, where you can say, oh, every month or every week or every day, I want to save, I want to invest this amount of money, so that way you automate it. You'll be so surprised at the end of 3 months, 4 months, like, oh, I already have this amount and this is how much you've already earned.
Yeah.
So that's one. But yeah, it's as simple as ABC. You click on invest, how much do you want to invest? You go through a set of questions and then you're already in. So that's it. It's a 3-4 step process and you're already in making money.
Oh, basically, so you see, we're making investments very simple, accessible, and transparent to you, our audience, our users. Okay, so go and explore on the app. Like I said, when you open your PalmPay app, you click Wealth, and you see mutual funds, and it explains all of these mutual funds or money market benefits that ARM is offering us, and then you see every one of them tailored to your risk appetites. If you have long-term goals, short-term goals, they are explained basically. They have you get to see like an icon that lets explain to you how it works. Okay, besides everything he has already said, to put your mind down, to calm you down, that it's not a big deal. Okay, you can start very little. For someone who asked what is the minimum, you can start very little, and you grow
And compound it like
and
Kurt has
compound it
mentioned.
over time. So we'll be wrapping up quickly. Let us know from our audience what has been your biggest goal this year. Everybody had the goal coming into 2025. Let us know. Was it you telling yourself you're going to be saving heavily? Was it you telling yourself you're going to be investing heavily or grow your business? Let us know in the comment section. And while you're dropping that comment, we need some expert tip from Mr. Raphael before we leave. Okay, so share that tip with our user of how they can start with a little capital and stay consistent.
Okay. Start with a little capital and stay consistent. So I think I'll borrow a clue from Kweton. And I would say that you can start with as little as 1,000 naira. Automate your savings, and then just ensure that it grows. I think what is important is that you spend what is left. Don't save what is left. Save first, pay yourself first, and then spend what is left. It's a mindset thing when it comes to savings, and you will find out that whatever is left, you will still survive, regardless of what it is, So spend what is left, don't save what is left. So automate your savings, start with as low as, it's comfortable for you so that it doesn't affect your standard of living, and then just let the automation continue to do the work for you.
I dare even add to that. I dare add to it and say that if you spend and you need to save what is left, there will be nothing to actually save because it's no surprise that there is not enough. There's not enough, but it's a discipline thing actually.
Yeah,
so there is
it's a
big
mindset thing.
element of discipline that also comes into that as well too.
Yeah.
And I think that when it comes to decisions about our finances and our progress as people, as individuals, discipline rightly should be the discipline to do it is something that we should absolutely embrace because without it, right, we can't actually achieve the financial freedom that we need. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think I am privileged enough to answer this question for this person in the audience. He asked, how does compounding interest work? Is it compound monthly or annually? I think he explained that they calculate quarterly. Okay, so your interest is compounded quarterly.
Yeah.
So April, July, September, and December. So if you started this month, you know your compound interest will be given to you in December. Okay, I hope that explains it for this person.
1st of January, actually.
Okay, yeah.
2nd of January.
Basically.
For the end of the quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think also maybe to put some flesh to that explanation as well too, will be that if you started at the start of the year with 100,000 naira in investment, and the rates at the start of the year is say 20% for the sake of this illustration, all right, and then the dividends or the interest is paid out every 3 months, right? So what is 20% then of 100,000? That's 20,000 naira. That's what you're supposed to. So at the end of the year, ideally, you would end the year with 120,000 naira, ideally, for example. But where compounding interest kicks in is that at the end of the first quarter,
Q1, yeah.
right? Q1, you get paid 5,000 naira. Now that 5,000 naira is added to your 100,000 naira.
Yeah.
Now it's 105,000 naira that is back in the market working. And then at the end of Q2, when you get paid another, so then you're not getting 5,000 naira anymore. You're going to get, 5,000 something, and then you add that to it. So that's like 110. So by the time you will get to December in that format and January 1st of the next year, what you would get will be higher than 120,000 naira.
Yeah.
That's
You probably will close the year with about 124, 25,000.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So it takes you to your destination faster.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And all of this has just made me realize that for mutual funds, like you explained, it's your money being added to a pool, and the funds manager work with it to get you all of that interest. And so you do not have to start with so much. You don't have to be Elon Musk. You could be like me, and just start. Just start. Okay, just start investing. Your future self will thank you. And as always, the Country Wealth team has made that very accessible for you guys. Very easy for you guys to access it. So basically we are wrapping it up, and yes, what better person to wrap it up, because you need to let these people understand the benefits, the big deal as to why you should be getting those mutual funds on the PalmPayapp.
Yeah, you should be getting these mutual funds on the PalmPayapp because today I say it all the time, and then you can go and check anywhere. PalmPay is the most complete ecosystem for you to that meets all of your financial needs. So not just here we're talking about mutual funds, but just as important for me is insurance as well too, right? So this was 500 naira, 1,000 naira. You can get health insurance. You can get, instead of paying out of pocket for that malaria drugs that you have to get for your mom or for anybody, your sibling, right? PalmPay can do that for you. PalmPay cares for you, positioned for distance. So you should do it on the PalmPay app, because not only are you able to monitor it, we're also able to automate it for you. So here you're not moving from one app to another app. Here you already have money in your wallet. Just automate it, right? So once you have money in your PalmPay wallet, you can determine by yourself how much you are more in control of your own financial future when you do your investments on PalmPayapp. Yeah, thanks.
All right, guys. Any last word for us?
Any last word? If you haven't started, I think the best time to start
sleeping on the bicycle
is now.
Okay. Now, even if it is the 31st of October and it feels like the year is wrapping up, like you said, start now, start today, and your money will thank you, or your future self will thank you for being just be consistent, just try. Like you
Mhm.
said, you can start with as little as 1,000
Thousand
naira
naira.
and
Mm.
stay consistent and watch your money
Grow.
grow, do the work. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Raphael, for
Thank you.
coming on. Thank you,
You.
Kowaton, for coming on. A
My
whole lot was
pleasure.
explained, and this particular clip is will still be available on our Facebook as well as our Instagram in case you need to go over it again to learn about how mutual funds work on the PalmPay app. You can rewatch it. Thank you for joining us once again, our audience on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Okay, remember you can do so much more on the PalmPay app. It's still unlimited free transfer seasons, and it's the weekend. Make sure you are making all of that transactions with your app, paying all of that bills from airtime, data, TV subscriptions, electricity, all happening on the PalmPay app. Thank you guys for joining us once again,
Yeah.
and it's will be in a month's time before we assemble like this again. So be on the lookout, guys. For now, it's bye from me.
All right, TGIF. All right, I can't wait. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend or your day.
Bye, guys.
Make life easy, fast, fast. Money way no delay. Transactions we go last. One day they shop well. Say yes to more today. No wahala, no stress. One baby way. One baby, oh. Say yes to more. One baby, oh. Say yes to more. We dey live better life. No more hustle, no more strife. One pay with the vibe. Now so we dey survive. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. Pay with it, please. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. Pay with it, please. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Pay the bill. Make life easy, fast, fast. Money way no delay. Transactions we go last. One day they shop well. Say yes to more today. No wahala, no stress. One baby way. One baby, oh. Say yes to more. One baby, oh. Say yes to more. We dey live better life. No more hustle, no more strife. Pay with the vibe. Now so we dey survive. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. Pay with it, please. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. Pay with it, please. Pay the bill. Say yes to more. Pay the bill. PalmPay the bill. Make life easy, fast, fast. Money way no delay. Transactions we go last. PalmPay the shop well. Say yes to more today. No wahala, no stress. PalmPay be the way. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. We dey live better life. No more hustle, no more strife. PalmPay with the vibe. That's how we dey survive. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. PalmPay with it, please. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. PalmPay with it, please. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. PalmPay the bill. Make life easy, fast, fast. Money way no delay. Transactions we go last. PalmPay the shop well. Say yes to more today. No wahala, no stress. PalmPay be the way. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more. We dey live better life. No more hustle, no more strife. PalmPay with the vibe. That's how we dey survive. Recharge data quick. Bills dey clear like breeze. Buy airtime, no tricks. PalmPay with it, please. PalmPay the bill. Say yes to more.